Iba.
E dali.
Chegando, chegando, chegando. Boa noite. Mais um HcO para iluminar os corações, alegrar a alma, para a gente celebrar essa existência de Osho no planeta, com histórias reais, livros vivos, como diz meu amigo Sufi, e muita, muita, muita emoção.
Boa
Tá.
noite. A gente fica esperando aqui nossos queridos da Sanguinha entrarem para nos acompanhar nessa jornada de HcO há 5 anos de histórias de livros vivos, né? Aqui compartilhados, a gente já tem um acervo importante. Hoje é nosso episódio 202. Acho que a gente espera um pouquinho as pessoas entrarem, né, para começar a dar os recados aqui. Já entrou o Marco Antônio. Boa noite, Marco Antônio. A gente está esperando aqui o pessoal entrar um pouquinho, que às vezes demora um pouquinho a nos encontrar nesses caminhos de Facebook que
Da
são
rede social.
tão complicados às vezes. Né? O Facebook. Opa, tá vazando um áudio, é meu ou
Opa,
seu?
opa. Vamos lá, também estou compartilhando aqui nas nossas redes de apoio.
Enquanto isso, a gente começa a dar os recados. Né? Nós sempre fazemos os agradecimentos à nossa equipe, mas hoje eu vou ser bem breve, porque ao final a gente vai passar uma gravação, né, de uma entrevista, e ao final os créditos estão lá, na nossa equipe, preciosa equipe HcO. Então já vou pular direto então para a nossa Sanguinha, querida Sanguinha. A gente agradece sempre pelo prestígio, pelo apoio que nos dão, compartilhamentos e tal. E Sanguinha é um pequeno grupo de pessoas que nos acompanha praticamente desde que a gente começou essas transmissões há 5 anos atrás, mais precisamente no dia 28 de setembro de 2020. Em plena pandemia, nasceu Histórias com Osho. Bem-vinda, Manju, nossa querida Kilma,
Manju,
também
querida.
conhecida como Fada Madrinha do HcO. Boa noite, bem-vinda. A gente agradece também aos grupos Osho de Facebook que transmitem essa live com a gente, que é o Osho Sem Fronteiras, Gabriel Sananda e equipe, o Nelsânias da Nova Realidade, Francisco Siqueira e equipe.
Sim.
Nós pedimos apoio, né, para custear esse trabalho. Quem puder nos dar uma força, a Mina Dívia coloca nos comentários fixos a chave Pix. Qualquer quantia é muito bem-vinda e nos ajuda a custear. Um recado importante: a gente vai dar uma pausa nas próximas 3 terças-feiras, porque estaremos em retiro, né? A Mina no começo e eu mais para o fim. E voltamos dia 16 de dezembro para encerrar essa 10ª temporada com uma entrevista, já estamos trabalhando nela, muito linda, né? Então fica dado o recado aqui. Nossos agradecimentos também à Sanguinha e aos contribuidores, aos que nos ajudam com doação. Chave Pix, então, nos comentários fixos. Mais algum recado? Deixa eu ver aqui.
Mais
Nós
importante
pedimos,
deles.
já vem. Nós
Ah, já
pedimos
vem.
também que as pessoas acessem o canal Divya 10 no YouTube, onde estão todas as entrevistas lá desde o princípio, explicando, tá, para vocês. Já tem um tempo, desde julho, que o Facebook ele apaga todos os episódios com mais de 30 dias. Então, todo o acervo que a gente tinha no Facebook foi deletado, mas nós temos cópias de todos os episódios no YouTube. Então, vá lá e se inscreva no canal Divya10, porque é um desejo nosso, um sonho. Vamos ver se a gente consegue colocar em prática, que é fazer essas transmissões ao vivo pelo YouTube. A gente vai precisar melhorar os equipamentos, vamos fazer uma campanha para isso. Quem sabe a gente consegue, né?
É.
Enquanto isso, seguimos pelo Facebook e dando um recado muito importante, nós não temos nenhum vínculo com a Fundação Osho Internacional, a OFI, OIF, quer dizer, e não representamos nenhum canal oficial do Osho, então somos apenas amigos contadores de história.
Histórias com Osho.
Melhor que
Melhor que
Netflix.
Netflix.
Muito
Será que a
melhor que
gente consegue
Netflix.
falar isso junto um dia? Difícil por causa do Zoom, né? Tem um
Não, não,
delay.
não dá, porque a sincronização é impossível. Boa noite, Parita. Boa noite a todos que já estão nos acompanhando. Essa entrevista que a gente vai passar
Ai,
hoje, ela é gravada,
é
tá?
muito bom.
Então, é quase uma afronta que a gente faz aqui no Facebook, porque a gente é um canal totalmente amador, usando
É,
nossa estrutura de casa, então a gente grava vídeos e passa, e às vezes dá travamento por conta da transmissão do Facebook. Se isso acontecer, se a legenda ficar ruim,
craquelada.
a gente pede desculpas e depois a gente coloca editado, bonitinho, com a entrevista original no YouTube. Ou seja, todas as postagens que a gente tem no YouTube são de boa qualidade, né? Mesmo que dê problema na transmissão aqui, depois
Sim,
com a edição que a gente faz, ela fica de excelente qualidade no YouTube. Nosso episódio de número 202 hoje.
202.
Vamos passar uma entrevista que fizemos, a parte 2 com o Swami Ganga, que ele vai contar um pouco para a gente da história dele, né, com o Osho, que ele conheceu lá nos anos 60, e foi a pessoa que instruiu ele a seguir dos templos de Tantra de Kajurahu, na Índia, que são famosos, aqueles templos com aquelas estátuas e tal, muito bonitos. Ele vai nos contar um pouco dessa história, o significado desses templos, né?
Sim,
Acho que é
sim.
isso, né? Tem mais algum
É,
recado? Acho que não.
não, vai nos
Então,
inspirar muito
a
também.
gente volta ao final. Então, lembrando, nós vamos dar uma pausa a partir da terça-feira que vem e voltamos dia 16 de dezembro para encerrar essa temporada. Então, muito obrigado pela audiência de todos e vamos para a nossa entrevista. Vamos lá, Mina?
Bora, bora. Vamos lá.
So, namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Welcome to Histórias com Osho again.
Thank you very much for inviting me, for sharing something about the beloved Master.
Yes. So, tell us more about your experience of being with Osho at the Kajurahu temples. What do you remember about it?
You see, many things can be said about the Master, but it is not a way to say something about. Once we have been in deep communion with the Master, then it looks that it is the Master who is speaking through you. You have imbibed him, you have dissolved into him. There's no distance between a disciple and the Master. That is the communion. Then we don't talk about, we talk whatever comes, whatever happens. I never prepare, I never write, I never read. I was telling my grandchildren, read, see all these questions. I said, questions has to be spontaneous. An answer has to be spontaneous. It should not come from the memory. If it is from the memory, it is just an intellectual stimulation. But that is not the way of sharing. Sharing has to be something of your own, from your own experience, not any imitation, not any borrowed wisdom, not any borrowed knowledge. It has to be first hand. So I would love to hear your question.
So we
Ay, ay, ay.
must rephrase it. You know, every people is different that we interview. Some of them like to know in advance the questions so they can have this coming beforehand. But you prefer to be it right now. Divya, also my partner, always like to be
Yes.
spontaneous. I'm like mind guided.
Yeah, it is
So
beautiful. It is beautiful.
so
If it comes from memory, it is not an answer. It is
yeah,
not a
but you
sharing at
know,
all.
What
for
do
us,
you want to share about your memories with being with Osho? About what do you want to share? What está vindo, né, agora?
she's asking.
Yes, I understood. I understood
Understand what I need?
everything. You see, I'm born in a place which is one of the most beautiful and the famous place in the world. Because this place has all the three dimensions of life. What are those three dimensions of life? The first dimension is birth, born, birth. And the last one is death. In between these two, between the birth and the death, there is love. Most of the people in the world, when they are grown up, they live for the first aspect of life, which is the birth. And slowly, slowly, love happens to them, which is just a so-called love. This is what the world understands love. It is not the conditional love at all. Once you are a conditional love, you are very much the part of this world. But once you go beyond the conditional love, then you are beyond the birth and beyond the death. That is the mystery of being in the middle. Either you are not in the beginning and not in the end. You are in between both of them. The life is just like a pendulum. It is moving left and right, left and right. So the moment we are on the first side, we are very much in the world. And on the last side, we are very much into fear. Fear of tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? The fear of death. Fear of unknown. That is why our beloved master always used to say that this path is meant only for the adventurous people. The people, those who are ready to risk the life, those who are standing on the abyss, They may go down or they may come out of it. Both the possibilities are there. So Kajurahu, it represents all these three dimensions of the life. Once the pendulum of life is stopped, then we will be able to understand these beautiful, mysterious temples of this world. They represent the birth, they represent the death, and they represent the love. So, what these people have conveyed us the message that you have to be in this world, but you have to be just like a lotus flower. The roots of the lotus are just into the mud. Mud means the world, but its flower is just above the mud. Once you understand this beauty, then you can live with the world. You can be totally detached. You can live beyond the reactions. Because when you are react, then you are very much in the world. Either you are on the left or you are on the right. That is why our Upanishads, they always said, neither this nor that. You cannot hold anything in your hand. You cannot give any definition for anything. Definition is a limit. And if you are talking about the moment, about the present, present is a silence. How it can be defined? The words are limited. If we want to live into limit, we have to live into the fear. So the people, those who really went deep into themselves, they have found it out that we have to be not on the left, not on the right, we have to be on the middle. What Buddha used to say, Madhyam Nikaya, the middle path, the middle way. Once you are left or right, you are conditioned by the traditions, by the laws, by the religions, by the boundaries of the nations, of the countries. Once you are beyond them, then you are neither on the left nor on the right. That is why the people gave a name to Buddha as Tathagata. It is one of the very beautiful name of Buddha, Tathagata. He does not have any willpower, no resistance. Everything is welcome, no negation. That is why in the ashram we always used to say yes upon yes, yes upon yes. Because after all, what we are going to get by saying no in the world, except anxieties, tensions, anguish, inviting problem for ourselves. Because when we say no, we say no because of our memory. We have read, it is right, it is wrong, it is good, it is bad. Something is good for you, something can be bad for the others. The same thing. So there is no something is which is limited. It cannot be. Truth is always available to everybody as it is. It does not make any difference between Brazil and India. It does not make any difference between black and white. No continents. It is available unconditionally to all of us. This is what I feel. So I'm lucky to be born here And one question I remember about the beloved. I met him first time in my life when I was very young, and I was still a student studying in the college. It happened in 1962. He happened to be in a town where I was studying, which is not far from my town, Kajurahu. It is only 50 kilometers, but it is a bigger town. So in my town, there was no college. So I went there to study, and he happened to be there in 1964 because he had a friend in that town who was in the politics. And that time he was the minister of education. So he used to come very often to see him. So in 1964, his brother, the brother of the minister, told me that there is some acharya in my house. He came yesterday and he started delivering some discourses. Why don't you come and listen him? So one day I missed, next day I reached and I heard him. I was young, but I had a little seed of understanding. But the way he described, he talked, it was something I cannot say, unbelievable for me. For example, he was telling about non-stealing. We call it, if you know about Jainism, Jain Sutras, he talks about achori means non-stealing. And the way he described it, what is non-stealing? This is what I was telling to you, non-stealing. You can steal the wisdom. You can steal the words. It is only robbery. You cannot steal the being of a person. Whatever is outer, you can go on imitating. So once it is imitated, then it is not a wisdom to me. So it was something very beautiful. To listen him, I heard him the second day also. It was marvelous. So whenever I met my friends, I always used to talk about this man. He was known as Acharya. So I said I would like to read something about him, some books. And those days there were no big books. There were little booklets. Jyoti Sekha. There were 3, 4 different titled booklets which were there. So this Minister of Education gave me some booklets to read. And after reading those 10, 15 little books, I became his beloved. And I really wanted to meet him, but my father always refused. He said, complete your education first. So when I became graduate, I asked him, now you give me money, I want to go to Jabalpur to see him because he was a professor there. He said, no, first try to find out the job. So he never gave me the money, I never went. But in 1964, I took a license to work as a guide, part-time, because I was not doing any job. So I was feeling not to ask all the time money from the father for the pocket money. So I started doing this job and I happened to see him personally second time. And he came by jeep. He stopped the jeep in front of a tree, and I was sitting under the tree. And I recognized him that this is the Acharya ji, which I have seen about 1.5 years ago. So I stood up and said, Pranam, Acharya ji. He said, how do you know me? I said, I know you because you came there and I have heard you for 2 days. That is why I know you. He said, but what do you do it here? I said, I took a license to become a guide 3 months before only. So he held my hand like this. He said, let's go. We will go well together. And then he said, where do you live? I said, I live about 2 kilometers away from Kajurahu, which is a bigger town. He said, what is the name? I told him the name. He said, that is the town of my grandmother, of Nani. I was not knowing it. Not at all. That she is from here. Then we went inside the temple, and whatever knowledge I had about the temples, because that time in 1964, 4 or 5 books were written on the temples. So whatever was there in those books, I was knowing everything. So I told everything to him. He said, more? I said, Acharya ji, I don't know anything more. He said, but whatever you have been talking, it has nothing to do with these temples. I was surprised what he is telling, because this is all written in the books. He said, these temples have nothing to do with that. What are you talking? You are talking only about the graveyard, cemeteries, the history, the past. And these temples have nothing to do with the past. They can be talked, they can be shared only in the present. And I was unable to understand that depth. He said, don't worry. When I will come next time, you will be my tourist and I will be your guide. So I had a chance to go with him 4 more times. So whatever he has transmitted me, it has been happening from that time. And he told me that if an ashram will happen in life, mind it, if an ashram will happen in life, it will be a living Kajurahu. Living Kajurahu. And that he has experimented in Pune, that he has experimented in Oregon. So it was something unbelievable experience being with him. And then he said, if an ashram happens, then you come and they stay there, work there for some years. So the very first day, 1974, I was in the ashram and I lived for 2.5 years. And one day I went for darshan in the evening in 1976. So he said, do you remember now your parents? I think I see on your face that you remember them. I said, yes, Bhagwan, I do remember some time. He said, okay, your job is done. Go back to Kajurahu and sing my songs. So he gave me the name of a center which is known as Fragrance. Fragrance is the name of the center. It was given in 76. And I am the first man who started, when he himself was in the body, I started a commune in Kajurahu, which lasted for 5 years. It was on the bank of a river. And once during the monsoon time, a flood came into the river, so the whole ashram was burst. So then again, he said, don't worry, but let this lamp of Tantra go on burning. Keep this lamp burning so far you are in the body. So I started the Tantra events in 1984 when he himself was in the body. They have been talking, many people have been talking about it because in 1984 the situation in the country was little bit not in the for the atmosphere of Tantra. People were unable to understand from sex to samadhi, from sex to liberation, from sex to super consciousness. But still, I started in 84, and from that time it goes on, goes on. So every year you ask one more question: what are the activities? Every year I have about 25 groups from all over the world: Japanese, Korean, eh, from your country, Russians, Germans, Dutch, all kinds of nationalities are coming. So from October till March, I have 20, this year I have 26 groups. And all these groups are for one week. One week. So this is what is happening in Kajurahu. It is still alive. And these are the people, those who are coming to share these temples, not to visit these temples, not as a tourist, but they come here to feel themselves around the temple, to find themselves they are somewhere in the form of a statue. A deep communion happens between them and those temples. And once this communion happens, then they know their face what they are. It is what we call face to face, a self encounter. So it is each group is for 1 week. It is quite intensive. I have a little meditation hall for 50 people only. So sessions are happening in the hotel, and then I take every day for one session in the temples. So I talk about the ancient path of Tantra, because whatever Tantra is now prevalent in the world, it has nothing to do with Tantra. People are selling the dust in the name of Tantra. But this is the first place in the whole world, Pune, where Tantra was experimented very deeply. And that was started by a woman. The first teacher of Tantra in the world, not only in Pune. It was a woman. Her name is Margot Anand. She's of my age. Still, she's in the body.
I have her book.
Yeah, she's a very wonderful woman. She was there this year. She was there with me almost for 15 days. And then I know another woman. Her name is Anand Sarita.
Arita, she gave us.
I met her first time when Osho used to live in Bombay in 1972. I was very young, she was very young, but she came as a hippie. You know what is hippie?
Yes.
With a rucksack on the back.
Yes.
But she was a beautiful girl. Anand Sarita, she's a wonderful woman.
Yes.
Yes. So
She is doing some work on me. She has recorded about 60 hours, 70 hours, my talks, my sharings, question answers, ancient mysticism of Tantra. And she wants to do one documentary. I don't know when it will happen, but she wants to do.
We will find out. We will have to spread it out. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
And I think the most known book of Osho here in Brazil is Tantra, the Supreme Understanding. Yeah. And that's what you're talking about, the understanding of life. Yeah.
Wonderful. It is definitely an understanding. And once you understand, then you are in deep awareness. This is what we call witnessing. You witness, you encounter yourself, not intellectually, not through the knowledge, but you lived it. Your expression, your gestures, your walk, the way you sit, the way you do whatever work, everything is meditative. This is what the Tantra is. Tantra is not a sect. Tantra is an art of expanding our energy with the cosmic energy. Once we become one with the soul, once we dissolve into this ocean of consciousness, then the individuality is lost. Your country is lost, your name is lost. You became the universe itself. That is what is Tantra is. So Tantra does not belong to any country. By chance it is born in India. But it has the message for the whole universe of love. No death, no fear, no birth, only love.
In the middle.
Love cannot happen into the past, cannot happen into the future. Love happens only in the moment. And this is what Tantra has been teaching and teaching us today. And Kajurahu has a deep message of love to this whole world. It has the world, it has the fear, it has the war, but there is a way to go beyond the war, beyond the fear. Once you understand this, then Kajuraho becomes fruitful. To have a little visit, to have a little communion with these beautiful people of that time. And I always feel that these statues are made. We see a stone, but whenever the groups are coming, they themselves are charging them. They are making them alive by their touch, by their look. They are looking through the eyes, but the eyes is sending a tremendous energy to the stone. The stone is absorbing it. And when the people with deep devotion, with deep receptivity, with deep openness come around these temples, that energy starts tinkling around them. It starts working on them. So I have seen thousands of people crying, weeping, lying down. It looks like hysteria, but it is not hysteria. Something has happened to them because of the place. So we ourselves are responsible to charge them. So it is, if you ever get a chance, you can be my guest. Stay, come, both of you. You can
Thank
stay.
you.
Yes, you can be.
Yes, I think
No problem.
that will be a point will come. Yeah.
And definitely, definitely.
Yes, as you speak about this, to me, it seems like Tantra is a secret key for getting back humanity on track. Yeah, because you see, all suppression is a means of domination also. Yeah, and that's
True,
why Tantra is come to liberate people from suppression.
true,
Para elevar,
true.
né? Então, veio para elevar a energia
to rise energy, she's saying.
True. True.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's needed for this crazy world. Yeah, it's needed.
Eu tenho uma
But you see, the
pergunta.
consciousness, what I feel, that the consciousness is really, really evolving. We are growing. We are growing slowly, slowly. People are going out of the traditions, out of the limits. These traditions, customs. You are a Christian, you are a Jew, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, you are a Buddhist. All these isms are terrible. And we ourselves are responsible to make these isms. Ism is a limit, ism is a boundary. Tantra teaches to go beyond the boundary. Remain only a human being. When Jesus was there was nothing like Christianity. We created it. When Buddha was there was nothing like Buddhism. We made it Buddhism. So we are the imitators. They have been talking about the universal brotherhood. That we belongs to this universe. As the animals belongs to the universe. I have seen many animals migrating from India to China, from China to India, going to Pakistan, going to Afghanistan. Look at the birds from Siberia, even 8,000 kilometers. During the winter, they fly in India. And when the winter is gone, they go back to their countries. No visa, no passport, no boundaries. We have boundaries because we live in fear. So we need the police, we need the military, we need guns, cannons, rockets, whatnot. We are in deep fear.
Uma pergunta sobre qual é a relação do Kama Sutra com o Tantra.
Dear friend, I tell you.
Yeah, okay. You understood, yeah?
You understand Kama
I
Sutra
understand.
and Tantra?
Okay.
Kama Sutra. Kama means the life, sensuous life, a romantic life. If you want to have a sensuous life, a romantic life, a temporary pleasure, a momentary pleasure, which may last for one day, which may last only for a few hours, then this book is very good. Kama Sutra. Sutra means formulas, methods, techniques. So there are about 84 different methods, postures to have a maximum physical pleasure. But this maximum physical pleasure will last only for a few days, for a few hours.
Or a few
It
minutes.
is not going to be permanent. Contentment. If it would have been permanent, then the world had been not around the sex. 24 hours. The whole world is thinking about it. It is not the mistake. It is not the fault of the people. Because this body is a machine. And it is creating this energy 24 hours. The machine is working. Where to throw this energy? It is a generator which is creating electricity. Where to throw it? From the very beginning, we have learned only one way to throw it down. When this energy goes down, then it creates the world. It gives you a temporary pleasure. a temporary contentment. This is the first dimension which the world knows. But Tantra has given us a deep insight thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. They have changed the direction of it. In place of taking it down, take it up, upward. But to bring it upward is something like climbing on the top of the Everest, highest point. And if you don't have energy with you, you will not be in a position to climb on the top of the mountain. You have to preserve it. That is why in the world, in the whole religion, all the religions of the world, there has been a very special place for celibacy. To be celibate, preserve it, save it. But this celibacy has been little bit suppressed. It has been taught to be celibate. So people have a desire, but they suppress, they repress it. And out of this suppression and repression, a tremendous neurosis, a neurotic, tensions, anxieties, fights, anguish, greed, lust, all these things comes. But Tantra has given us that try to understand it. Be the witness of this energy. Look at it. Don't react it. Once you react, then the problem will begin. Witness it. How it is rising. Allow it to change the direction of it. That is why Tantra has discovered one word. There are two words. We call it explosion. For the sound, you need the other. When something will strike on the other, then the sound will create. So this is an explosion. The world knows only this explosion. When two people meet, they strike each other and they create. Out of this meeting, the creation happens. That is why we say it, that from the very beginning of the creation, there was nothing except sound. And from the sound, the creation happened. Because sound strikes on something. But Tantra has given a deep change. It changed the whole alchemy. We call it implosion. Not explosion, implosion. You have imploded inside you. This is what we call sannyas. You are reborn again in the same body. The body is the same, but you are no more the same. Your name will be changed. Your way of thinking will be changed. The way you walk will change. The way you talk will change. Everything will bring a deep sense in your life, a deep meaning. You will not go on repeating. You will create yourself. This is what is sannyas. You are reborn again in the same body. Then you have created yourself. That's why Buddha always used to say that you wanted to be here again and again, so you come back. You are your own creator. And he's right. Why? Because why we come back? There is a desire. we could not fulfill something in this life. We could not do something in this life. So we come back again to do it. And there's no end of desire. So we have to come back again and again in the same cycle of going and coming, going and coming. That is what we call Kala Chakra, wheel of life. So there's no beginning and there's no ending.
Mm-hmm.
It is a continuity. Once you are liberated from the desire, this is what is nirvana is. That is what is samadhi is. Samadhi means you are liberated from the desire. Nirvana means no more desire left. You found the answers for all of your problems. No more question is left in you. When no more question is left in you, you will be stilled. Movement means a desire. There is a movement to go somewhere, to reach somewhere, to do something, to become somebody, to earn something. Once you stop, the desire will die. This is what is Tantra also. Once the desire, once this reaction, it stops, then you enter into each other in a deep cosmic orgasm. Then you feel the presence. It is kind of meeting the inner. It is a meeting, astral form meeting. Outer disappears. Only inner orgasm starts happening between these two opposites. Because the world means polarity, minus, plus, day, night, sun, moon, God, devil, good, bad, all polarities.
Yeah.
So once we are beyond it, the life is made. What you wanted to ask?
More. Talk everything.
To me, there is only really one question to be asked. This is what, when Master was in the body, he was trying from morning till late evening. He was knocking at our door, at our mind. Really, all the time he was knocking. But we people have been in deep sleep, in deep slumber. We were deeply unconscious. But there are some beautiful people also around the world which really could perceive him, could feel him, could have a communion with him. But for it, a deep trust, a transparency, availability. You have to be available 24 hours. You have to be available all the time. No place for distrust. It happens only that time when you trust. I tell you one story. In 1975, I was there in the ashram, so I had many friends, foreign friends also, because there were plenty of Western people working in the ashram. So one day we went. You have been to Pune sometime? One time. So you go
No,
just
me?
behind the ashram.
I
There is
did,
a,
but 3 times.
yeah, I see. There is a little nala, rivulet, dirty water coming in that, just behind the ashram premises. Now they beautified it. They cleaned this place. So few people used to smoke. So I went with them, and one of the friend, He was from Germany. He said, if Bhagwan asks tomorrow, jump into this well, jump into this water well, deep well. He said, raise your hands, who will jump? So everybody raised. Two did not raise. Two did not say like this. He said, look, this is what these people have trust. I think for what you are living here in the ashram, you don't trust your master. Still you are saving yourself. Still you are in mind, calculating something here and there. Drop this mind. Be available here. So this is the trust. Trust is needed. A devotion, trust, a transparency. No curtains are needed. Open all the windows, all the doors. Let the divine enter into you. So the Master gave us thousands and thousands of hints, techniques to perceive yourself, to know yourself, who you are. And to me, there is really only one question to be asked: who I am and for what I am there in this world. If this question is really asked, then the life will become fruitful, meaningful. Rest of the questions are just to fulfill the informations in the mind that I know. Where I don't know, it is not my experience. It is his experience. I became a parrot to convey his message. Birds, but taste a little bit. Once you will taste, then you can say, yes, yes. It's nice to see you and come sometime. I know it is too far and it is quite expensive also for Brazilian to come to India.
We
But they
will
are,
manage. We will
yeah,
manage.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much. It was
One
so
thing more I would like to tell you, I
important.
was in the ashram for 2.5 years. But when I was there, I was really there. Whenever I used to listen the discourse, every day, if tears does not come, it means the discourse has not entered into me. So every day the tears were rolling out. And sometime before going to the bed, I thought one question came in my mind. I said, I'm not going to ask tomorrow. After tomorrow, I will ask. And next day, when I went in the discourse, my question was answered. It happened 5, 6 times. And I never asked a question. Never. Because question is an information. There's no questions at all. If you want to become somebody or something, or if you have some physical problem, mental problem, for it there are experts. It is better to consult the physical problems, mental problems. But if you are really sick from within, then the master is needed. He is the ultimate alchemist, a deep psychoanalyst. He knows your entire psychology and will fix you on your path. So We are all lucky to be with such a beautiful man
Yes.
for so many years, and he is always with us,
Yes.
always with us.
Hmm.
So, Swami Aviruji, thank you very much for giving me little opportunity to share with you some seeds of the Master.
Yes, I and Divya, we thank you so much
Very much.
to make it more deep. Yeah, you brought
Jai
us
Osho. Jai Osho.
Jai Osho.
Bye, Otto.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck.
Yes,
Good luck.
thank you.
And waiting for you in India.
Yes. 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 E aí, gente? Ai, que delícia, que lindo. Super especial, né?
Cada figura que nos aparece nesse mundo Osho, né?
É,
Aparece ali naquelas imagens, ao final aparece o Anadi, a
Sarita,
Sarita.
né?
Isso, a Sarita apareceu bastante ali. Mas é isso, gente.
É isso.
Voltamos
Gente,
dia
16.
16 de dezembro.
Eita, nós. Vamos pro retiro. Vamos meditar.
Isso. Boa noite.
Boa noite, gente. Até, Sanguinha, linda. Que boa a presença de vocês aqui conosco, né? A gente compartilhar junto essa dádiva que é, né? Histórias com Osho.
Beijos, beijos, beijos. Tchau, Amina.
Tchau, tchau, Su. Boa noite, gente.